What's up everybody, this is Coaster Visuals. We're back with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing Mineblower, the inverting gravity group wooden coaster, now technically a hybrid coaster, at Funspot Kissimee in Florida. And this is a coaster that opened in 2017 to initially very positive reviews, but it's developed a reputation as a rough ride and has since got an RMC 208 track in certain sections. But is this ride still good? I'm going to talk about all the pros and the cons of this ride here, and all of my experiences on it as a fully wood coaster, and now with the RMC 208 track. So this coaster has a length of 2,290 feet, an 80-foot drop, and it reaches speeds between 48 and 50 miles per hour. Mineblower features Gravity Group's Timberliner trains, and I think these are very comfortable, and I like that the restraints lock during the ride so they don't lower down during the positive G moments. So once you get sat down in your in the seats, you get dispatched and you make a turn out of the station, and you will hear the steel wheels squealing against the track. This ride makes a lot of loud noises. It's pretty funny. And you head up the lift hill, and you make a 180-degree turn, and then you head down your first drop. And in the back row, this is awesome ejector airtime, and it's one of the best parts of the ride. The bottom of the drop used to be really janky and kind of feel like a car accident, but I kind of liked it. It was funny. But now it's a lot smoother with the 208 track. And then you fly up into the first inversion, and you get ejected on this element, and it's amazing. You get sustained airtime through the whole inversion, and you're also getting laterals as you're twisting, and this is easily the best part of the ride. I love this element so much, and it's still one of my favorite inversions by far. You then fly around a low-to-the-ground turn, and this is probably one of the most intense parts of the rides. This turn has nice laterals, and back in 2022, it got super rough, and there was some crazy jackhammering exiting it. But, still was really intense, and it was kind of janky in a fun way. Now this section is 208 track, and it's very smooth now. So you get some nice laterals. There is a bit of a jolt in the transitioning from the wood track to the steel track, but the more I rode it, it really didn't bother me too much. So you exit up out of this turn into the double down, and this used to offer 2 moments of floater airtime. Now with the 208 track, the first pop feels stronger because there's kind of a jolt when it transitions back to the wood track, so you get more like airtime there, which is cool. And the second down kind of feels the same as it was. You get some nice floater there. You fly over another hill that gives some nice floater air, and you curve upward, and this turn has some nice laterals, especially if you're sitting on the right side of the train. You fly over an airtime hill, which usually has strong floater airtime, and then go over another twisting floater hill, which has some nice sustained floater. It's weaker than the first one, but it's definitely still there. You then fly through the overbanked turn, and I believe this is banked at 110 degrees. There's some really nice laterals entering and exiting this element, which I really enjoy. You curve back, passing under the transfer track, which is a really nice head chopper. It kind of feels like you should be going like one direction, but then it turns up the other way, which is really cool. And then there's a few more hills to finish off the ride. Depending on when you ride it, these are going to feel totally different. It used to be pretty consistent that you get some nice ejector pops over this hill, but with the 208 track, it runs a lot slower than it used to. So these moments don't hit as hard as they used to, which I think is the biggest con of having the 2 different track types on there. So you may get a little bit of float and laterals over this first hill, and then kind of there's a smaller airtime hill right after where you get a little pop of airtime, but with how it's running now, you may not get that anymore. And then you hit one more final turn, and this used to be janky and awesome and fun, and it made this noise. It sounded like a plate dropping, and it was so unique. But now it feels very smooth with the steel track, and this is the one element that I really think was better with the wooden track, because it just felt so aggressive going through that turn at such a tight radius. But it is still fun, and despite having the steel track, it still is a great ride. So then you fly over one more airtime hill, which I feel like this also used to have a lot stronger airtime. But you still get some nice air going over it, especially when it's running fast. And then you fly into the brake run, and that ends the ride. So it's not the longest ride ever, but it packs a lot in. There's a ton of different hills on this ride, and you know, it definitely feels like this ride has gotten a bit temperamental. It runs slower sometimes now, so I'd like to see them keep working on it to make it get faster again. So that would be nice, but regardless, it's still a fun ride. I never found it too rough, but it definitely is an intense and aggressive coaster. But I feel like it's eventually going to get even smoother than it is now. And, you know, as long as the ride is still fun, I think I'm still going to like it. So, those are kind of my thoughts on Mineblower. It's a great coaster. Definitely check out Funspot Kissimmee if you're in the Orlando area. I would have given this ride a higher score probably like a year ago, but now I would say it's an 8 out of 10. Very good coaster. It's not like amazing anymore, but I still think it's a great ride, and I would highly recommend it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more coaster reviews soon. And I got a lot of trips planned. I'm going to do some more, plan on doing some vlogs as well. And stay tuned for those. And thank you for watching. Share the video. Please subscribe. And stay tuned for more. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.